droppers. Nigga, what the fuck you mean? How you ain't know I'm poppin'? They let me in this bitch, I took my 30 in my pocket. Revolvers and M16s, the scope is microscopic. And it came with all attachments, plus the neck looked like a
my baby.
Say chase my dream, let no whole nigga stop it. Got the second, drop my shoulder on you over, who gon' block it? I grew on record, solo.
What's up, lemons? What's going on? It's your girl, No Shade, No Lemonade. Welcome to my channel, The Lemonade Stand. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, share. Guys, I cannot share my screen. I don't know what's going on with this app. It's been messing up since yesterday. So that's why I didn't come yesterday, but I'm just going to do it. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear some of the things. You won't be able to see any visuals. So like I said before, I will put the visuals up in another video. I'll just put the visual up in a video. I won't be talking. I need to figure out this app shit. If somebody can help me, they'll be great. But anyway, y'all, this is going to be a very, 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 very sad show. I am going to really get to the point of a lot of things that I do not like, and I need to speak out about it. I just don't like this shit. All right, so guys, so a young man on Tuesday night was killed. I can't say murdered yet. I can say killed. Tuesday night. His name was Rameek Smith. He was 25 years old. He was loved by a lot of people, a lot of neighbors. He was a great friend, and things like that. He was killed by Officer Vargas. They're saying is that they went to go stop him. They're not saying why, but they went to go stop him, and he took off running. And he shot at them, hitting one in the arm, and they returned fire and shot him in the head. What's the odds? But anyway, there's this guy named Strategic Eyes. I'm going to pull him up real quick. I want you guys to listen. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I hope you can. I want you guys to listen to some of this shit.
The police department has a Ford Expedition. They have all these crazy cars that you've never seen, that you see regular people driving. Foreign cars, domestic cars. Also stuff that the right has to offer as well. And as I get older, and I get out of this brainwashing that I was put into as a young man, that you have to vote for Democrats, because if you don't vote for Democrats, you're going to end up, in not plain clothes, but like modified uniformed officers. They don't do plain clothes anymore because of George Floyd Spring. All right, because of the advent of George Floyd Spring, they took all of the plainclothes officers off the streets, which made crime skyrocket. The reason why crime skyrocketed is because back in the old days, you had a lot of plainclothes, anti-crime New York City police, or to go in his direction. These guys are lying. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. So I have every confidence that they observed something that gave them reasonable suspicion to approach the guy.
Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. You believe that he gave them reasonable suspicion for them to approach him. Why would he do that? What suspicion? Because he's black while walking? Let's keep on.
Now here's some education for you guys. If police officers have reasonable suspicion to come approach you and ask you accusatory questions, that's like a level 2 stop, and you run away, the police now have the ability and the authority to chase after you and detain you and figure out why you're running away. That's in the Constitution.
Maybe because he's being harassed by the police and has been harassed by the police more than once. And allegedly this officer knew him and he knew this officer. So, carry on.
It's not literally written in the Constitution, but it's a Supreme Court case that has been codified.
The only thing that gave them fucking suspicion was his face. They knew him.
Becomes part of your constitutional rights. It's interpreted law that has been found constitutional. The funny thing that a lot of people don't know is, in many of these cases, these levels, other than a level 3, you could just walk away. If a police officer comes up to you and tries to attempt what's called a common law right of inquiry, and you don't want to talk to them, you could just walk away. But if you run away, you turn into a level 3, which is a Terry stop. So these perps don't understand. Don't run away. Just walk away.
That shit's
now, I'm not helping
funny,
the perps out, because if the cops believe that they have something on the guy, they'll just have to work a little harder to get a reason to actually stop the guy and justify it. But that's your right. It's not about me giving information that help perps. I don't do that. Y'all know this channel. I don't do that. But I am going to tell you your rights, because you're Americans and you deserve to know your rights. So when they went up to this guy, he ran away, and they shot their ability to stop him up, and then they gave chase, and then he shot at them. Well, let's keep going.
Tuesday night, police say around 10:30, Officer Dennis Vargas and his partner were in uniform, patrolling in their unmarked vehicle when they spotted 25-year-old Rameek Smith and tried to approach him. Police say Smith...
So that's a Rameek Smith, right? So I want to show you guys something that I came upon. This is Rameek Smith right here, but this is a couple years ago. Let's see how old this is.
My name is Miko. I shoot a nigga like a free throw. My name ring bells, but you better know. I'm from Bed-Stuy. I'm the fly guy. Go ahead, I'll put the swelling on this nigga eye. Ooh, I'm not the one for the bullshit. I hit a nigga up with a fucking full clip. Extend a clip on the Glock, but you better know. I go hard in the paint, so I'm gonna blow.
Now, I'm gonna let him finish, but this was like several years ago. He was 25 when he died. You know, God rest his soul, I guess. But he had to be like...
Okay, let's stop. First off, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. Oh, I wish I could share my damn screen. But Rameek is on a video, and Rameek is rapping on this video, how he'll do this to this person, blah, blah, blah. You know, rapping. Fucking Uncle Tom. You know what, guys? And the thing that pisses me off about it is he didn't even check his facts. And when I asked him about it, you know what he said? That's what the police reports say. I don't give a damn. What the police report also said that George Floyd didn't, you know what I'm saying? Police report also said that Aubrey, they covered that shit. Come on. Oh, let's continue.
Like,
you hope you guess his soul rest. Fuck it.
Years old when this was filmed. And this is when I talk about the culture of violence. Now, aside from the fact that his rhymes is trash, aside from that, I mean, he's doing a freestyle, so if it's a real freestyle, freestyles are very difficult. Going off the top of your head is nothing that you wrote down before, but he's still trash. But listen to what he's saying, right? Rap is an art form where you can say anything, right? I've heard people do the flyest freestyles off of words like banana, words like home, like cash.
What does his rap have to do with anything? What does it have to do with anything? To be honest, y'all, I don't even want to hear this bullshit that this man is saying, but I have to let you guys hear it. I have to let you guys hear it.
Like fast cars, and they just bust out a freestyle. What is he saying? How he'll shoot people, all the clips he had, give people black eyes, violence, the culture of violence, right?
You need to check your hairline, baby.
These young men being
your hairline all the way.
Violence.
Is it supposed to be a bald head?
Young men thinking that the only way to exist as a man is to swirl and indulge in this toxic masculinity that's all about.
But one thing you did not address, you addressed one of my questions. You not address the other question when I said you don't have your facts straight. Where you getting your facts from? You didn't address that question. You got your facts messed up. You didn't address that shit at all. Not at all. Not at all. And I just don't like it. I don't like... Y'all gotta listen.
Violence and anger and pain and rage. And then this festers.
I'm looking at the transcript so I can skip through some
Turns into
stuff.
a 25-year-old man with an extensive violent criminal record, who then decides that his way out is to shoot at cops, even though he.
Extensive criminal record. I hope the family sues the shit out of you. What record? Have you seen a record? Do you know about a record? All you know is about that armed robbery. That robbery, which, shit, he could have went up with a goddamn pencil and told somebody, and that's armed robbery. It doesn't have to be a gun. But anyway, moving on. I don't know about that, so I can't speak on that case about that. I don't know about that. But what I do know is that he was mentally ill. He was in mental courts. He was getting his shit together. Right? Come on. That's good.
He has a newborn baby. That he's now removed himself from being a part of that child.
The lies! You piece of crap. He doesn't have any kids. So everything you're saying is bullshit. You don't even know the basic shit about this man. But you know what? What you're looking for is a reason to justify why he was killed. Now listen, y'all. I'm not going to say that this young man did not shoot at these cops first. I'm not going to say the cop shot at him first because I do not know. But it is kind of weird how, and you said it too, Strategic Eyes, when you first came on. I just think trying to go all the way back. But you said that you don't know why the camera footage, the body cam wasn't on. Right? Why wasn't it on? Let's talk about it. Why wasn't it on?
Child's life for the rest of that child's life, and of course his life as well.
He don't got no kids, dumbass.
Niggas in this bitch from the 718, from East New York to Brownsville, niggas hate. So niggas wanna put hatred on me. Down in Richmond, VA, notice where I be. Look, my name is Miko.
Alright, so that's the only video that he made on his YouTube page, which was this freestyle. So let's go back to the news.
Immediately took off running and moments later fired 2 shots at officers. Smith was shot in the head and Officer Vargas was struck in the arm. This afternoon, Mayor Eric Adams spoke on the city's continued battle to get...
we're going to get into that, but you see how life is? Like, you live a life of violence, right? You get shot in your head. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
How dare you say nobody cares? His mother cares. His father cares. You know the parents that you said that aren't together? They are together. They're still together. They raised good children. So how can you come on your platform and don't know shit about nothing? Didn't even do your proper research and come and defame this young man's character. He's dead. It's not right. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And it's not right. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm going to be on your ass. Every time you make a video, I'm going to dissect your shit. You understand? Every time you make a video, I'm going to dissect your shit. But however, when you was talking about the kid, the white boy who shot up all this shit, you going to say, oh, that wasn't white supremacy. He wasn't a real white supremacist. If you don't get the hell off a white man's penis, I'm mad. I'm mad about this. I'm just mad. Like, who are you? Oh, I know who you are. You're blue. You are a cop. That's what your bio says. So you're going to stand up for the boys in blue regardless. Regardless. You probably even had a rebuttal about George Floyd, didn't you? I bet your ass did. Piece of shit.
The person who shoots you in the head is a bona fide...
Where is your name? I cannot find your name anywhere.
Hero. The person that you wounded and who ended your life is a bona fide hero, and you're dead and gone, and nobody cares. Why can't we teach children this basic lesson? There's so many lessons we could teach. But just basic lesson, like, hey, you live a life of crime, you make these choices, and you basically just negate your humanity. People don't care about you. People don't care what happens to you anymore. Let's keep going.
Get guns off the streets.
If you were to speak with senior law enforcement officers...
You know what, dude? Get the fuck off my screen. Yeah, he said a lot more, but I'm not gonna play it. If you want to watch it, I don't support his shit. You're gonna give him views, but him and this mayor, they basically made like this kid was a bad apple, that he was a violent person, and all his neighbors, everybody that knew him, said the opposite. Say the opposite. They say, yeah, that he has his issues and things like that, but he wasn't violent. He wasn't a violent person, right? So I'm trying to figure out how his teeth come out. They weren't shattered. His teeth were knocked out. If a bullet hits you, they shot him in the head. Right? I don't know where they shot him in the head. I can find out later, but the family's still going through things, and I'm not asking certain questions for a reason. But let's just say, if you're shot, right? Like say you're shot right here, right? It's gonna shatter your teeth, not make them come out by the root. You see what I'm saying? They knocked his fucking teeth out. And then I'm gonna tell y'all what I think happened. Okay. Like I said, neighbors said that he was troubled, but he wasn't violent at all. He was killed in the Bronx after he allegedly shot twice at the officers. Officers fired back, allegedly hitting him in the head. Okay. So how it all happened, the two officers encountered Mr. Smith near 3rd Avenue and Claremont Parkway. Dennis Vargas. Now, I want to go back to what Strategic Eyes and the mayor said. One of you guys said, or maybe both of you. I don't like listening to you, so I didn't even hear you a second time. Piece of shit. I'm just mad. I'm not mad about your channel or the content you make. I'm mad because you're saying nobody cares that this young man lost his life. I don't like that. I'm mad because you're coming on here not knowing who he was, not knowing the facts. You think he has a newborn kid. You don't know shit. I know you're going to strike my channel, and I don't care. I don't care. So y'all's talking about, oh my God, why was he in the streets? Because he jumped a turnstile, y'all. You know the thing that goes around the subway. He jumped that and had a gun on him, right? He went to court. He pleaded guilty, and he was waiting for sentencing. But, because of COVID, things got to push it back, push back. So why don't you go into the judge chambers and blame that shit on the judge? Right? Blame it on the judge. Don't blame it on us. Blame it on the judge. Don't blame it on taxpayers. Don't blame it on the clerk. Blame it on the judge. Why he was still in the streets. Yeah, let's talk about it. I don't got no alcohol, y'all. So anyway, I want to know, why is the officer still in the streets? Why is he still an officer? Because if I'm not mistaken, first of all, y'all knew Rameek. Y'all knew him. Y'all, there's a video, right? And you can see Rameek running and them chasing him. And you can see the black liquor bag he had in his hand. We all know who went to a liquor store what that bag is. They knew that wasn't no gun. He just happened to have a gun to protect himself. Every black boy out there who has a gun or is on the block or something like that, they're not bad. They're not all monsters. Okay? They're not all monsters. So, Rameek has complained about Officer Vargas for him. He's complained about him to his friends. The cop knew him. The cop knew him. You didn't tell that though, did you, Strategic Eyes? You didn't say that, did you? No, you didn't say that. You didn't also say they knocked his teeth out, right? Did you even see the video of how the cop was so on him? I mean, the cop is on him like this. How can this man turn around and shoot? By the time he even turned around, it's going to take him like 2 seconds at least step. And then the cop's already going to be on top of him. Make sense? Okay, so y'all, I'm going to talk about Officer Vargas. The 42nd Precinct. Let's talk about Officer Vargas real quick. Now, Officer Vargas has received at least the minimum, at least 13 complaints from civilians about actions during stops and searches. Record shows, including 7 in which at least one allegation was substantiated by the Civilian Complaint Review Board. 6 other complaints were closed, including 3 cases involving the use of force in which he was exonerated. He is facing administrative charges, the most serious level of discipline, and one case involving allegations that he gave false statements to investigators, an offense that can lead to dismissal from the department. So already there, in black and fucking white, he's a liar. And you go on your platform, you black man, go on your platform to defame another black man against a fucking cop who's beating our asses and lying about it. How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Let me continue on. The second suit filed this year, and this was, I don't believe it was this year, but the second suit filed this year accuses Officer Vargas. Oh, hold on, I forgot something. Okay, Officer Vargas also has been a defendant in at least 2 lawsuits, according to court records, and a person with knowledge of in the 2 cases, right? Y'all, I'm reading this from the New York Times Dispatch, just to let y'all know. The New York Times. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. You want to sue somebody, sue them. Where was I? One accuses of him searching a man's car in 2016 without a warrant and arresting him. Piece of shit. Where was the criminal case was dismissed, and the city settled the man's suit for $32,500. The second suit filed this year accuses. Oh, I'm sorry. It is this year, 2022. The second suit filed this year accuses Officer Vargas pulling over a taxi that the plaintiff was riding in and searching him without stating a reason in 2020. Driving charges against the man were dismissed and the lawsuit continues. Mr. Smith was awaiting sentencing next month. Rameek, he was awaiting sentencing next month on a weapons possession charge after he was caught with a handgun in Brooklyn subway station. The pandemic delayed the case. The prosecutors asked the judge to set a $50,000 bail, and the judge denied the request. So Rameek was not jailed. Okay. But he was doing everything the courts told him to do. All right. You never touch the basis that Mr. Smith has a history of mental illness. He pleaded guilty last December to attempted weapon possession. He was placed under the supervision of a mental health court. Why didn't you state any of this in your little rant you got going on? Why didn't you state any of that? Why are you being biased? I'm not being biased. I said I don't know if he fucking did it or not. I'm looking at the facts. I'm looking at what makes sense to me. What makes sense to me is this cop shot him. They were shooting at him. Allegedly. And you know what? Did you also know that Rameek was texting his best friend saying, hey, they chasing me. They shooting at my head. Now, he texts his friend. And he said, they're shooting at my head. So, make sure I got nothing else to read. His neighbor, Mr. Maurice, said that he saw Smith about a half an hour before he was shot and didn't notice anything unusual about Rameek. Rameek said he said he going out, he'd be right back. He wasn't upset. He was going to send somebody some money. The Legal Aid Society called the killing of Mr. Smith devastating, noting that he had complied with the requirements of the court-required mental health program. The organization blasted Mr. Adams, calling his comments unconscionable fear-mongering. In the end, a young man struggling with multiple alignments had his life cut short, and the public should not lose sight of that, regardless of comments from the city hall. That's what New York Times said. So, let me tell y'all what I think happened. I think Rameek was minding his goddamn business. He's minding his business. He had a bottle of liquor in a black bag. Right? You can see him running with the black bag. I think he saw the cop. The cop saw him. The cop called him by his first name. And he turned. He knew he had a gun on him. That's why he ran. Y'all really think that he is gonna, out the blue, start shooting at a cop? It don't make sense at all. And we all know that when you shoot a cop, they don't give a fuck about nothing else. They want your head. And it's fucked up that shit like that got happen to us. And we get looked at as we're just some badass people, or just because of the color of our skin or where we come from, we're all thugs and things like that. And because we're carrying a weapon that we must be want to kill somebody. No, it's not. What y'all gonna do about Vargas? What y'all gonna do about the video body footage camera not being on? That should be grounds right there to do something. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. And I believe they're trying to cover this shit up. I believe that he started running. They started shooting at him when he wouldn't stop. He hides in a corner somewhere. He texts his friend, yo, they shooting at me. They shooting at my head, yo. They chasing me. They shooting me at my head. He didn't say, oh, I'm shooting back at them. Y'all shot him. This is my opinion. Y'all shot him. Y'all shot him. You did. And if comes to find out that my theory is wrong, I will apologize. No, fuck, I wouldn't apologize. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't apologize. Cause you should have left him. You had no business messing with him. He won't doing shit. So I want everybody to send their prayers out. Now y'all also know that somebody also said that when they caught him, they threw his face on the ground so hard that his teeth got knocked out, and they shot him. Then they forced him to walk. He's bleeding from his head, and they're dragging him to the police car, and they put him in the back, and that's where he died. They're trying to say he died in the hospital. Yeah, he was still alive, but by machines. Why didn't you call an ambulance? Why y'all handcuff him and put him in the back of the police car? All you had to do to make sure that he had no more weapons. Now, I want to know what kind of bullet was pulled out this motherfucking officer arm. I want to know everything. I want to know everything. Y'all, this happened at the 42nd precinct in the Bronx. Call their ass. Do something. Make noise. You understand me? Make noise. Do y'all know how many times this shit happens a day and we don't know about it because nobody makes noise about it and they getting away with it? And you have black people in high powers who don't give a shit because they just want to move up to the next level. Y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all be good. Y'all be easy. I'm praying for Rameek's family, his friends. They all were really devastated by what happened. He didn't deserve to die like that. He didn't deserve to have his life taken away from him. He didn't have a chance to have kids. Yeah. So we're going to pray. We're going to pray hard. And I was going to do another segment, but I think I'm going to leave it here. And rest in peace, Meek. My nephew, you up there with my nephew now, so maybe he can teach you how to get some bars. When you start rapping, he can get you some bars. Y'all can make a duet or something, you know. But y'all be easy. Y'all be straight. Y'all already know what I gotta do. Y'all already know. I gotta go. Wow.
back this beam. I get up on my body, get to bounce around this bitch, it feel just like hydraulics. Nigga, what the fuck you mean? How you ain't know I'm poppin'? They let me in this bitch, I took my 30 in my pocket. Revolvers and M16s, the scope is microscopic. And it came with all the taxes, plus the neck looked like an ostrich. My mama say chase my dream, and no whole nigga stop it. Got the second, drop my shoulder on you over, who gon' block it? I grew up reckless, solo stepping, not one to pot. Till I jumped in that fire, didn't burn, came out a monster. My mama begged, she know I'm checking shit straight off of conscious. Let's look in my dome, checked him, and now he unresponsive.